You mentioned the God in your belly, or that person or that signal in your belly that's trying to tell you how you feel. And we've all become so phenomenally good at tuning out of that and tuning into the kind of external how you feel, like how you should feel based on the job or title or status that you have. And this is a stronger noise and signal now than this one. I'm thinking about someone right now that sat in the city and they know they feel like shit at a deeper level. But they've gotten so good to listening to their mother's opinion of them becoming a stockbroker that it's almost hard to hear that feeling of I feel like shit. How do we go on the journey of changing?
Well, typically, Stephen, the journey begins with a departure from home, interestingly. Whatever home is, you have to leave the place that you are familiar with.
Scary.
Often this is induced by a crisis that you cannot avoid or delay or defer. A crisis of some kind may come. Of course, this can be an inner crisis, a moment of despair. Often a psychic breakdown can precipitate change, transition, awakening. Well, one way that you can do it, this is the way that I would do it, the way that I have done it. Firstly, to acknowledge the problem of my condition, to admit there is a problem and that my life has become unmanageable. These are not my ideas.
What are the signals of that?
Unhappiness, sadness. Yeah. Like, in a sense, that's like the one thing that's good about that is you're trusting your personal integrity. It's not like, oh, you're delirious. Why are you not happy? Why is this not working for you? Problem, unmanageability. You're sad. I'm using, in fact, the example you use. Someone in a city holed up, left with the familial and cultural conditioning that has left them at odds, maladjusted to a maladjusted world. One, there is a problem. Life is unmanageable. Two, you've got to believe it's possible to change. If you don't believe it's possible to change, you will never be able to marshal your inner resources towards making that change. One way that this change can be made is through mentorship, even if that mentorship is in the abstract, even if you've just chosen, hey, this person seems to be able to have done that. He says that he used to feel weak, inferior, incompetent, impotent, and he says now that he doesn't feel those feelings. So maybe if I do what they did, maybe I can change also. So this. And the third component, first one, acknowledgement of powerlessness. Second one, belief change is possible. Third principle, it will not come from the same map and rubric that you've been running on up till now. You are going to have to import new ideas. You will need help. That help I would offer you might be of a divine nature, prayer, meditation, humility, to ask for something greater than my individual want, my individual preferences. It's not just some wish list passed up to the cosmic Santa. Is a acknowledgement that there is a requirement for growth, and indeed that I'm no longer prescribing what outcomes I want. It's curious. There are often paradoxes in this. So for me, mate, it's like, first, you admit the powerlessness and the nature of the problem. Second, I believe it's possible to change. And I base that on, hang on a minute, these people used to have that problem and they've changed. So what if I do what they did? Then maybe my life will change. These are all things derived from 12-step ideology. The third thing is accept someone else's plan, accept someone else's help. Surrender, because in the end, this contradiction, at least I find it a very hard contradiction to live with, this idea of activated surrender and a return to the original condition. Activated surrender. Russell is no longer in charge. Russell is a servant. There is a master. I am in the service of this. Now, I recognize those words are pretty loaded, but I'm saying that this is, if you can envisage a benign and loving mother or father rather than authority, and if you do consider authority to be mostly malign, I could not identify more strongly. My distrust and my dislike of authority is a deep fuel in me. I do not like being told what to do. I do not like it. It is a big part of my religion. I have to stop myself reflexively doing the opposite of what I'm told. If someone speaks to me authoritatively, someone asks me to help them, I will do my level best to help them. If someone tells me what to do, I find it very difficult indeed not to do the opposite. Anarchist calisthenics, break rules every day just to remind yourself that you belong to something higher than a set of systems potentially imposed by a malevolent force.